First thing on this side I have, this is an KALLAX set of drawers. There's 6 drawers in there. The top 2 are quite narrow and then the bottom 3, quite shallow, sorry, and the bottom 3 are a little bit deeper. First of all, I've got all adult colouring books on here, notebooks, postcards, plants and some stuffed toys. I'll show you quickly through the drawers. This is a die storage that I've got here. This is all my dies in there. I've only got a handful of embossing folders, but in these drawers what I tend to do is get these small plastic boxes and just divide things up. In the second drawer I've got a cutlery tray with washi tape and punches at the other side. This one is embellishments, so again I've used plastic storage trays in it just to divide the drawers out. Quite an inexpensive way to divide the drawers, really. So I've got sets of those are stickers there, some larger embellishments that aren't in my embellishment cart, which I will show you. And in here I've just got sort of ad hoc type of embellishments, wooden embellishments, things like that. I won't show you everything that's in my stash because this video could get very long and carried away. Again, more embellishments in this one, just deeper ones, more stickers, more wooden blocks. My beautiful lace and trims. Beautiful lace and trims in this drawer. And then in the bottom drawer there is all my old card making stuff. Then just moving across to the next unit, which is a KALLAX unit that's on its side. I keep my big shot machine on here, and I do just keep it on a piece of glass because I don't want the little suction cups to mark the wood. Here I've got just loads of spiral bound sketchbooks that I use, a 12 by 12 scrapbook. And then in here, this is my materials bag. It's like a cosmetics bag from Primark. I like it because the sides are clear and I've literally just got it jammed full of materials. Then in the bottom here, I've got junk journaling supplies. So I've got, again, lots of divides inside my drawers. And just move into here, so this is just a divide here that you can buy from IKEA, and I just keep all of my hardware bits, if that's what you want to call it. I've got a box behind here, it's just a designer box and has just got some old cards and things that I've made in there. So it's really handy to divide these cubes into half little shelves. And again, I've got a much deeper box in this side, and this one again just has more junk journaling supplies in there, fabric and things that I've tea dyed. And in this one, I've got more junk journaling supplies. Now let me just show you. So what I do is I just put all of my papers separately, and I've got a stack of books there, as you can see. I tend not to have my books out because they're just not very attractive, my junk journaling books, because they're all ripped up and no longer pretty anymore. Then on top of the unit here, I've just got, these are little shelves that you can get from IKEA. These are relatively cheap, they're only a couple of pounds. And I've just got this painted white set on there. Got all my old vintage ephemera in the bottom here, all old ticket stubs and things like that. Got some ticket rolls and just go-to pieces for my ephemera. Same goes in this box. So this is one of these 3-tier boxes. You just snap it off. I think I've got jeweled embellishments, wooden embellishments, and then random embellishments. Then going over to this side again, it's just a white painted unit from IKEA, and I just keep random supplies in here, some wooden stamps. I think those are the only wooden stamps that I have. That's just like a drawer of all my tools and things. Just going down, I've got all of my favourite fabric bundles just in here. These are from Poundland, so just £1. Beautiful fabric bundles that I've got in there, which I just store as a go-to. I do have lots more fabric, as you saw in the scrap one. I've also got a like a 5-drawer bundle of stuff. Drawers here, I've just got all of my go-to stuff that I'm sitting next to: tapes, baby wipes, little, again, another little divider in there of rubbish. And then that one, that's where I keep all of my glues and adhesives. Again, I've got these tubs, you've probably all got them, just tubs of random stuff. Lovely tub of doodads. I think Angie gave me these, so I've still got loads of them, still working through them. And now under the desk here, there is some storage. That's just an old sewing box, magazines that I've got from my glue books, packaging and things like that. That's my spray water for crafting and watering my succulents. Now in this cupboard here, that's actually my Christmas cupboard. These shoe boxes, I think these was just from a pound store or something. That's my Christmas fabric that I just try and keep separate Christmas, you know, just embellishments. And this side, it's pretty much empty. Well, not empty, but it's not as full as it could be, so I need more crafting. Yeah. This is the view just from under the desk. That is a very good footrest, this box here. It also is just wrapping paper and things like that. The bin is there as well. I do usually sit on a computer chair, which isn't in here just for the filming purposes. Just on this side of the desk, just here in the blue bag, that's my sewing machine. I do usually have it on the top of the desk, just slightly above it, just so it's easy access, but for the purpose of the video, tidied up and put it all away. So I thought I would show you my craft room whilst it's looking nice. So my newest purchase in the craft room is this. It's like a knockoff of the Raskog, but this is actually from a Hobbycraft and it was £25. I think the Raskog is a little bit more from IKEA. It's about £50. I think you might be able to get on special offer, but I'm one of these people where if my embellishments aren't out, I just don't use them. I used to have them in the KALLAX drawers and I just didn't find it to be very good, so I've put all my lace in there instead. I've just got embellishments there that I can thumb through, just little boxes full of fussy cut images, all of my journaling cards just over here. They don't stand up very well. And just done this one as all my Tim Holtz. And then just further down. So all I did, you'll see that I've got dividers in here, but for example I've just got an ice cream tub there, and these are all like pre-made journaling cards, little embellishments. I've got another tub there of doodads. I think that was cherry tomatoes. And like that one there, that's just got all my stickers in. Again, probably cherry tomatoes, but you collect a variety of them. They're all different sizes and you'll find that they'll slot in your drawers, they'll slot in, you know, organisers like this. And then in the bottom there, I'm just going to keep where I'm gathering from my next project, because I start lots of piles for, oh, that'll be good for this project, oh, that'll be good. So I'm just going to put it in the bottom of my Raskog, and that sits very nicely next to my desk. Now, one thing that I do want to mention about the desk is made up of a KALLAX unit standing up, and you can get a bracket which attaches the desktop directly to the KALLAX. So I just got a desk that was the same depth as the KALLAX, and then you just buy one leg, and the attachment is very, very good. It holds it on very tight. So I've got a KALLAX going upwards and then a KALLAX just lying down across the floor. Now on my desk I just store journals or current projects that are just apart. I've got a cutter and I've got some 12 by 12 paper, and then these here, this is where I store all of my paper pads here, and then I've just got random paper, you know, ones that I buy from Poundland, just blank pages. These are just solid pages. I've got a few 12 by 12s there, but these are actually just cutlery holders. I think they're meant to go the other way up and it divides your shelves in the kitchen, but I thought that just divides that quite nicely there. Now just coming down here, so at the side of where I craft, I have these boxes. Again, they're from IKEA. It's where I keep all of my distress inks and little dabbers and things. I've just got this second one, I just set it down here. I do need to put these brushos in a separate home. I'll just take the lid off. Quite handy because the lid is also like a little storage, and I've got all of my normal inks in this one. So I've got inks, spray of teas and dyes and things. I've got embossing powders, can't remember what these are called. You brush them on, gilding wax. Yeah, read the label, gilding wax. Then on this side of the unit, this is where I keep all of my scrap papers, and they're just in these 3-tier, I think they're like letter organisers, and that was actually only from Poundland, so that unit there cost me £4, and I just divide it into different categories of scrap papers. I've got a plug there and I just keep all of my tools. And here you guys might be wondering about that tile that just looks a mess. It is just a tile, and it's from like the sample section of B&Q or any home DIY shop that you've got. And I use it when I'm doing acrylics, when I've got my glue gun, I let it drip on there because that's so much easier just to replace than other mats, and I've had it for years. I've never really replaced it, to be honest, but it's a good cheap alternative than ruining your desk or trying to put it on something else. And then this is the view from where I'm actually crafting. Now on my table, this glass board that's just here, it's actually a glass chopping board, just from, again, a home store that you would use in your kitchen rather than a cutting mat. I find it a little bit cheaper. And then this plastic that I've got here underneath, that's from IKEA, and I think it's called a desk protector. I've got a tray just along the back with all of my tools, pens and pencils. And then this is always on my craft desk. You've probably seen it if you've watched some of my videos. It's just all of my scraps, and junk mail envelopes are in there, book pages, packaging, and I use that for any collaging or any junk journaling that I'm doing. Obviously, if you've watched my videos, you know that my cat is always here as well. So the cat sits on the window, watches out the birds, and just also keeps an eye on me crafting. So we just go across to the other side. This is the other side of the room now, and sorry about the shaky camera. Now firstly, on top of this unit, so this unit here, that was actually gifted to me, so wasn't included in part of the makeover, the wooden unit on the bottom, but I do believe it is from IKEA, and it's like a TV console table. And then I've just got fairly cheap storage on the top, a white storage unit, 3 tiers, I'll show you that in a moment, and then just various 3 tiers here. On the top of this white unit, that's all those rubbish bags that are just on the top. They are rubbish bags, but they're for junk journaling. I have a few of my current journals which are on the side. Check out all of my previous videos if you want to see those. Now here's this 3-tier unit, and that's the paper that I was referring to just on the top. Here I've just got laces and trims again. I just store things in Tupperware. Those are my buttons. This second drawer, that's where I keep all of my stamps. Again, everything's in Tupperwares. So I just divide them by what type of stamp they are. Then in the bottom drawer, I've got loads of 6x6 paper pads, and I've got tissue papers there. I do have quite a lot of 6x6 papers, but I don't really use them that much anymore. Now in this first unit here, this is all of my art supplies which I've recently changed around. First drawer there, I've got all brushes and palettes, and I haven't overcrowded the drawers. They're super easy to get what I'm looking for. When I say I haven't overcrowded the drawers, I mean I need to fill them a little more. I think I might put my brush shows in there that was on the desk. And in this drawer I've just got all of my acrylic paints, and what I really like about this is I can just pull this drawer out and take it straight to my desk, and I can see what colours I've got in there. Now this unit is more of a chuck it sort of in. So there's no rhyme or reason as to what's really in these drawers, and they're probably things that I don't use that often, but I don't want to throw away. We've all got those drawers everywhere in our house, every room. The last drawer is my paper flowers. Ooh. So again, I don't really use my paper flowers anymore, but I don't want to throw them away. Now in this first drawer here, I've just got all of my pencils. I used to do lots of colouring videos. In that drawer there, I've got all of my Sharpies. And then lastly, in this drawer, I've got more art supplies. So I've got my jelly plate, gesso, brushes, all that type of thing. In this bottom drawer here is, again, I've got more, I've got sequins and things that I don't really use in there. But then in here, it's where I keep all Happy Mail that I've received. Again, it's just got another shelf divider in there. Here is a beautiful drawer. So I've got beads and sewing supplies in that drawer. If you'd like to see how I organise my beads, do let me know. Again, there's a shelf divider in that cupboard. And then in that cupboard is lots of perler bead supplies from when my cousin comes around, or when I've previously done lots of perler beads and hammer beads.